CFOs often have a variety of responsibilities which can be on a long list. Although their main role is to protect the value of the company, they can also play an important role in optimizing and increasing its value. However, it has been established that, especially through financial reporting, one of these possible roles should be assumed by CFOs, namely value protection. But in the new normal, CFOs should stop thinking only in a linear way, such as where we are now and where we are trying to get. Instead, they should probe the future and look beyond the now and what follows immediately after. There are three areas that CFOs need to focus on. 1. Building trust in technology. Building trust in artificial intelligence, AI, is difficult in an environment where corporate governance, controls, professional standard requirements, and regulations are still struggling to keep up with the pace of technology change. However, the reservations could be rather a reflection of the lack of understanding about how these new software platforms work. An alternative perspective is that artificial intelligence and machine learning can increase the credibility and accuracy of the information rather than diminish it. It is safer to draw a conclusion from the analysis of large data sets made with software tools than to rely on a person who probes a single data set and can introduce his own errors of judgment into the equation. 2. Transforming the operating model and financial reporting. Due to technology, a major change is expected towards a smarter and more open operating and financial reporting model. More than half of the financial report and reporting tasks currently performed by humans are estimated to be performed by robots in the next 3 years. From this point of view, there are two priorities. Number 1. Choosing a partner or defining an externally managed service strategy to achieve digital transformation goals. Many recurring processes, regulatory and compliance reporting activities may not be managed internally but taken over by professionals in the field and accredited providers of such services. Number 2. Moving the financial function and reporting to the cloud. It is now clear to companies that this cloud is more than a storage space for large volumes of data, but it is also a space for internetworking of technologies. For example, AI involves huge processing capabilities, and the cloud is the infrastructure that makes it possible. In turn, AI plays an important role in advanced analysis, allowing the finance department to obtain information by simulating aspects of human intelligence and analyzing large amounts of data. 3. Rethinking leadership roles and financial skills. No less than 5 years ago, the requirements for the success of a CFO were different from those that are relevant now. Building strong relationships with leaders of other departments of the company goes through important transformations that mark, for example, less collaboration with the Director of Human Resources. However, building good relationships with the leaders of the other departments opens the way for a good collaboration and acceptance of the change. CFOs need to retrain their people to equip them with the skills they will probably need in their future financial position. Important actions could include conducting an assessment to identify existing staff skills gap and developing new incentives to encourage staff in the finance department to learn new skills. But in addition to a learning experience, finance department leaders need to develop a culture of lifelong learning. Instead of conclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic is a significant challenge for CFOs and finance department teams. Their leaders need to look ahead and think about the long-term future from the perspective of the changes that digitalization brings. Leaders with a vision in the financial field are attentive to these transformations and look beyond the traditional role because they want to provide the value that stakeholders expect. Recommendations for CFOs. A. Adopt relevant technologies to be valuable providers. B. Contact an accredited provider of high-performance software solutions. C. Retrain people to use these technologies. D. Build trust with company department leaders. E. Build a culture of lifelong learning.